Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know we're starting off like supercharged. It's just because I am in an extreme hurry today. I say that every day. I'm going to say that because I just am, okay? I'm a mom on the go. But for now, I'm a mom in the basement hanging out with you guys. We're going to look at some new products. We're going to do a little bit of glam, a little bit of gab. And I'm going to just start with getting a lip oil. I've already done my skincare. This is my Judy Doll Peach Honey Lip Oil. That was a gift from a friend. I just can't get over this plastic applicator, and I've kind of worked it out. I don't know I have or not, but I wonder if it's like this because, you know, a lot of the lip oils, almost all the lip oils, this is the only applicator I've ever seen a plastic bendy like that with like no dough foot, no sponge on it. It's without the sponge, it's not soaking up any product. So this is all pure product. I think it's genius. All right, thank you again to my friend who got me that. A new, like a little dive into the brand Judy Doll, which I think I'm gonna keep researching and maybe purchase a little bit more of. All right, so let's get into today's video. It was not a wash and dry the hair day. I had to bring my hair back to life, but lucky for me, I have to do some clarifications on IPSY because there's an IPSY flood this week. I got this box. I didn't know that they were sending me like the November icon box. I thought I was getting the January icon box. So anyway, I unboxed some IPSY yesterday. I can link the video. And it was actually the November 2024 icon box. I actually got my January. So this is, and like, hello. I'm all about the inserts, and I didn't even read it. So this is from Lisa. The curator for November was Lisa Vanderpump. That's what I got with the Alicia Keys, with the Origins SPF, the Kosas lipstick. All right, so two things arrived in the mail yesterday. My small little IPSY bag that my lovely family member gifted me 6 months for, and my BoxyCharm, the medium tiered IPSY subscription box, which I was able to pick the stuff at the end of December. And one of the things I picked was this Amika leave-in conditioner, because when I say it was a bring the hair back to life day, it means it was up in a scrunchie all night. It might have some kinks in it, and I need something that's going to just kind of re-moisturize it and get it to a point where I can just, you know, brush through it and it almost straightens out again, and then, you know, maybe run the flat iron through it. And inevitably though, will be put up, you know, in scrunchy form, because, you know, it's just when you sleep with, like, when you're like me and you wear scrunchie to bed, you're inevitably going to get these like little bumps and kinks on your head. But I like to use the leave-in conditioners, and I've gone through my Sol de Janeiro one full size and almost through my travel size one. I'm practically done with my day, which I love this stuff because it smells so good. It's literally down there. So when I saw that one of the things I could pick for my IPSY box for January was this thing, I was like, yes, I need another full-size one. This is 6.7 fluid ounces. And I'm going to put the link. I am going to put a link to that thing because I had no idea they sold it on Amazon. I was just wanting to, like, I don't know, I just wanted to do like a bang for the buck thing, because we're going to quickly look through everything that I got in my IPSY box for January, but I wanted to look on Sephora and see how much they charged for this. So then I could tell you, you know, the price of the IPSY box that I subscribe to, the medium one, not the one that's gifted to me, the little one, is like around 35 bucks. The icon box is 65 bucks, and the little purse bags, I want to say they're like 18. I'm not exactly sure. But so I was like, I'm going to look on Sephora and I'm going to see how much this thing is full price, because I bet just this one product is more if I bought it from Sephora than if I would have gotten it in the IPSY box. And sure enough, it was. But in the course of searching that, I just searched up in Google, Amika leave-in hair conditioner. And the first thing that popped was an Amazon link. So I'm going to use it. That's going to be one of my affiliate links for this video. And Amazon selling it for 29 bucks. and Sephora's selling it for $40. This is a great, I think this is a good deal for $29. Sometimes you can find amika in TJ Maxx or in like a Marshall's. Oh, Zena's down here, my cat. Zena's down here. She's in another IPSY box. Like, I just have lined up these IPSY boxes that are laying around the basement at the wall, and you should have saw her. She was like, is it Goldilocks? They couldn't find, you know, she tried everybody's beds and ate everybody's porridge until she settled on what she liked in somebody else's house. Well, that's how Zena is. It's not somebody else's house. Come on. She's part of the family. But I just lined up some boxes against the wall this morning, and she picked the one that had some paper in it because she loves that crinkly sound. All right, I've digressed. She's crinkling over there, but I'm going to try and stay focused because I'm running terribly late this morning. All right, let's look at what else came in the IPSY haul, and then get into a little bit of color correcting, and then I've got to sign off. All right, first let's look at the cute little bag. This is adorable. This little, you know, it says IPSY on there, I'm getting so excited. It says IPSY here on the little fabric tab. Beautiful. Like this, honest to me, this could be like a clutch that it screams Easter to me. This light baby blue. I mean, you could fit your phone in here, you know, a small wallet. So anyway, let's take a look at what came in the little, this is my gifted subscription from a family member. I'll be getting it. This is my second one, so I'm going to get 4 more. I'm so excited. This is a Laura Mercier setting spray. Cannot have enough setting sprays, especially in travel size. Really happy with that. There is a lipstick in here. It's in the shade Hibiscus Island. I'm not going to open it because we don't have time, but this is the insert that came with it. So this is, I'm going to just show you. It's a nice, I don't know, like, you know, it's up my alley. It's a maybe almost like a coffee brown. So looking for a creamy, bold color that wraps lips in ultra nourishing hydration. This lipstick is your best bet. One swipe is all it takes to get your pout in a plush satin pink pigment that can go on sheer or layered for a richer color. It's simply the chef's kiss. All right. Well, I'll take their word for it. Illuminati multi-chrome gel eyeliner. It's for another day to play with this stuff. This needs to get in the shower. It's a sugar and coconut infused body scrub. Love body scrubs. And then this is from the brand Wing Me, a clear eyebrow gel, which again, perfect size for travel. And I am a huge fan of clear brow gels. So I could not be happier with this little bag of goodness. So happy. All right, now let's get into the actual January BoxyCharm middle of the road box. Here we go. See? It says somewhere on here, I think it said January. I'm so confused. I need to read the inserts, and this is like an IPSY week. Like I said, the floodgates for IPSY are completely open this week. We're just going to rock and roll through what I got here in the January. And remember, I've already figured out that this is on Amazon for 29 bucks and on Sephora for 40, and I bought the whole box of the month was 35. So I feel like that is what happens with these boxes. And the reason I just keep coming back to them, because there's inevitably one product in there that I feel made the whole box worth it. But then we have to have this side conversation about like adding to the clutter, right? So then I've got stuff out of here. For example, this is a beautiful neutral eyeshadow palette from the brand Wander Beauty. Is beautiful. I love neutral, right? But my go-to is my Too Faced one. So, you know, so I've added to my clutter, right? But luckily I do giveaways. So that is a huge way for me to share the beauty without, I don't know, donating it to some you know, charity, which I've done, like Dress for Success charity. But this way it goes back to you guys, this community that we've built. And that is one of the reasons I do the giveaway. Every giveaway, in a sense, is like a declutter for me, because if you've been with me for a long time, and if you're new to the channel, You know, I may look like I'm this crazy woman playing with all different kinds of makeup, talking about beauty school, because I did go to beauty school, but I just started really diving deep into wearing makeup 2.5 years ago, and had started this collection and learning about all the different stages and what colors do what, and all of these things. So I affectionately call myself, you know, having a midlife makeup crisis. And I think a lot of you can identify with that. I know a few of you have mentioned that you can identify with that. So in the course of this journey, you know, this collection that I've had going on, not everything for me is a win. So that's why I'm sending it out to the world. Gifts with purchases that I already feel like I have colors of that I'm not going to use, or stuff that comes in these IPSY boxes. I just share the glam. So if you're new to the channel, there's a little bit more background about what's going on here. I'm a collector. I have been collecting, and just decided to turn on my camera and share that collection with whoever wants to hang out with me. All right, this is from the brand Ofra. It's a beautiful blush palette. I've already looked at it. It is really, really pretty. It reminds me of something that like P. Louise would put out. But, you know, I've got a lot of blush palettes, so we wouldn't be surprised if you see this in a future giveaway. So none of this stuff yet that we're using, we're going to use. All right, so I also have a caffeine leave-in conditioner. I'm going to try it. I have a Pear Nova bronzer contour stick. I have a BB cheek, it's a blush glow from the brand Perlice. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a cheek and lipstick in the shade Nude Sugar. I want to use that, so I'm just going to set that out. I added this brush on. It's from the same brand of the clear eyebrow gel. It's from the brand Wing Me, which I just thought it looked like a really, I know I have a ton of brushes. I don't know, I wanted it. It was like a couple of bucks because it was an add-on. This was also an add-on. It's a Brighten and Glow and Hydrate, just a little sample from Koa Life. This is very interesting. I added on another couple of big fluffy brushes, but this is really interesting. This is from the brand Molly. It's Molly XO. It's called Face Defender Mattifont. I don't know, I'm saying it right. And it's basically, you use this in place of your powder. So they give you like a little powder puff, and wait a minute. Yeah, I think I'm already on the product. It's supposed to like, I don't know, it's usually take away shine. You use it in the place of powder. I don't have anything on my face right now. And I kind of dug into it, but I do want to mess around with this, but maybe not today, because that felt a little weird coming off the palette. And so that's it. That's the January BoxyCharm. So sorry to cause all this confusion, but I'm easily confused sometimes. All right, I really don't have that much time, but I did have a subby reach out. Dawn, you reached out and you wanted me to elaborate a little bit more on, you know, color correcting and, you know, where to get started. And I replied to you. I shared with you a link, and I'll share it again here, to a NYX color correcting palette that I found very early on in my journey. It was one of the first things that I purchased, and I have repurchased it. And it's got some great colors to start with, but you asked specifically about getting rid of redness. I knew going into beauty school that that green neutralizes red. So, but then we learned even more in depth, and I actually practiced in beauty school doing the color correcting on the models that they so graciously let me work on from their hair salon and of the Beauty Academy. So I can, and I linked a video, Dawn, to your comment where it was like really kind of fresh after beauty school. I used my beauty school palette and I demonstrated the technique that I learned. But you can get a palette like the one that I'm linking for NYX, or to look you something like this, and you'll get the basic color correcting colors. As you can see, we mostly in school dug into these two colors because, you know, it just depends on your skin tone what color correcting you want to do. But in beauty school, we basically, you know, laid down our good skincare, and the very next step was the concealing and the color correcting. So anywhere where there was redness, we used the green, and any like acne scars or anything like that, we used some of the deeper shades. These are a couple other alternatives out there to a palette. Like if you want to buy in a creamy stick form, the NYX Fix-It stick is pretty awesome. You would just dab. You know, for me, my redness is like in my nose contour area. It's right here on my inner cheeks. That's where the majority of my redness is. So when I do my color correcting, that's where I'm correcting the redness. I'm using some sort of green product, and underneath my eyes, I'm using something more in like a vanilla shade, and into other parts of my face, you know, usually like a vanilla shade. You just have to find your, you know, the shade that works for you. But definitely if you're combating red blotches or splotches, you'll want to start with really blending in, you know, a creamy green color of sort. Or you can sometimes buy BB or CC creams that are tinted with green, but you really gotta just blend them in. And then they don't stand alone. This is the one from e.l.f. This is a liquid one. You know, I use the e.l.f. one, but I think after, you know, experimenting with the creams versus the liquids, I prefer getting in there with a cream. And what they taught us in beauty school, and you can do this with, you know, you don't have to have a popsicle stick, but that's what we were taught. You know, we dig out the product, get a little bit on the end of the popsicle stick, but you could use something like this. I will link this. It's another Amazon affiliate link for this video. It's a nice little, but there are all kinds of like plastic palettes out there. But I could take, you know, anything and dig it out and put it on my palette here, and it would work the same as the popsicle stick. But we were taught to take one of these little sponges and just sort of work the product. See how I've got it smeared? I can, this gives me, the popsicle stick gives you more of a runway to smooth it down, because you don't want to just put a clump. That's the word I'm looking for. You just don't want to put that clump that you dig out of your palette on your face, right? You kind of want something that's helping you just evenly spread it out to get it onto your sponge, and then go in your areas where you want to do your color correcting, and then blend, blend, blend. And as you can see, it's not like I can just add other makeup on right now and be good to go. This needs to keep getting blended and blended and blended, and eventually I do need to go over it with some sort of like either one of my serum concealers or foundation tints or straight up foundations or some sort of covering base product. That step is non-negotiable in terms of beauty school. A lot of times I'll just do a very light hand of color correcting if I don't need, if like I don't have all of my redness holding right in here, and I can just get away with like just tiny, tiny, tiny bits in my nose contour area, and then going over this, you know, residue that's left from blending out the green color correcting. I'll just go over it. Again, I'm talking about if it's like very much centralized to the nose contour area and I didn't go full out with it, I can just take one of my concealers. This is my House Lab concealer, you know, and I could just go over the green. I always feel a little bit like the Grinch when I do this, and you know, sort of neutralize it with my light tan or peach color corrector. But now I've gone the distance with this, but you can see it's, you know, instead of looking red, I look like a very pale shade of the Grinch. But I'm going to go over it with, I don't know what I'm going to go over it with. I actually pulled out, where are you? We haven't used this for a while. And I pulled this out, my CoverGirl Simply Essence Hydrating Fresh Tint. It's got all the little capsules in it. It's been so long since I've used it. And I took one on vacation and it rolled underneath the bed. This is summer vacation. I've been lamenting this since it happened. I happen to have this in 2 shades. This is in shade 220, yes, 20, which is great because I first bought it in like 10 and it was too light. And the lighter shade I took on vacation, summer vacation last summer, and it rolled underneath the bed and I never found it again. And every once in a while I think like, oh, I wonder what happened. I need to find that next summer. So this is the one that has these capsules. It's kind of runny. It dropped in 2024. It's a very interesting formula. There it is, blended out. But I'm going to go over that color correcting and I'm going to blend this over it. And you can't, like I said, you can't skip the stages. Like if you're going to go all in and you're going to have color correcting all over your face, you do need to find some sort of product. Let's blend in on the other side my NYX serum that I used, that I talked about the other day. And for that matter, we could have put our L'Oreal Glotion over this as well and just, blended all of this in together. As you can see, I am making quite the this is the deal. You have to trust the process. I'm sure you've heard this before. So here I have a very light coverage going on with my base. I have, brightened and concealed my inner cheek area and my nose contour area. And I can keep building, and I am going to keep building on this base and blending on this base. In beauty school, we use straight up foundation over the concealer. And if you put a proper foundation over your color concealing steps, you're going to probably get a more even blend. But I don't use concealer every day, and I don't use foundation every day, and I didn't want to go in with that full of a coverage base for me, but I can keep blending a little bit with my NYX Barely There tinted serum. And this is the side of my face that this essence went down on. That's the side of the face that the NYX serum concealer went down on. And I'm gonna keep building on this, and then I'm gonna set it with powder, because that's the last stage, right? You get your color, get your skincare, you get your color correcting, you get whatever foundation or base product that you're going to use in conjunction with your correction phase, and then you set all of those creams. Oh, look what I did. Remember how yesterday I was like, wait, or yesterday. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching this in real time. I've mentioned in other videos, I have to be very careful with swatching stuff, because then it's like, all of a sudden it's everywhere. But yeah, the last stage is then setting all of your creams with some sort of powder. All right, you won't see me do that because I've got to go. I'm going to finish my face offline, but let's look at this cheek and lipstick that I got in the IPSY box and go in with it. Wow, it is very creamy. It's got vitamin E in it. Wow, this is nice. I like this color. I like this color a lot. I truly have to go. The kiddo is waiting for me. I need to just quickly put some more pops of color on my face, set it, and get out the door. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll spend more time together next time, I promise. Take care.